What's going on, everyone? Welcome back once again to the channel where we break down all the major stories, surprises, and shocking moments that the wrestling world can't stop talking about. Last night's episode of Monday Night Raw was nothing short of explosive, and honestly, it feels like the WWE Universe is still buzzing about what went down. The night itself was already loaded with action, high-stakes drama, and all the chaotic energy you'd expect from Raw, but everything changed when the unthinkable happened. Out of nowhere, in a way that nobody predicted, Roman Reigns made his long-awaited, shocking return to Monday Night Raw, and his presence instantly flipped the entire show upside down. The Tribal Chief is officially back, and let me tell you, he didn't walk through those doors quietly or casually. No, Roman Reigns returned with the kind of impact that only he knows how to deliver. He came back not to simply say hello or wave to the crowd, but to remind everyone in WWE that this is still his yard, his show, his empire. And the way he chose to send that reminder has left fans and superstars alike stunned. The first major thing to note is the sheer intensity of his arrival. Cameras caught him storming through the backstage area, with that trademark scowl on his face, the kind of look that immediately told the world he wasn't in the mood for games. You could feel the atmosphere shift the second he appeared. Backstage personnel froze, production members looked over their shoulders nervously, and even some superstars were caught on camera stepping aside, clearly unsure of what was about to unfold. It wasn't just a return. It was the return of a man who carried himself with the weight of dominance, authority, and a message that he was ready to take back what he believed was rightfully his. And then, without any warning whatsoever, chaos broke out. Roman didn't just walk past people to head for the ring or cut a promo. Instead, he turned his attention directly to one man who has been making waves in WWE recently, Bronson Reed. Now, for those who haven't been keeping track, Bronson Reed has been building serious momentum over the past several weeks. His size, power, and presence have earned him victories and attention. WWE has been subtly pushing him as a dangerous big man, someone who could realistically be a major player on Raw if given the right opportunities. He's been stacking wins, asserting himself in segments, and showing audiences that he's not someone to be overlooked. In short, Bronson Reed has been gaining steam, and people were starting to believe he might be on the cusp of a breakout. But Roman Reigns clearly had other ideas. Out of nowhere, Reigns lunged at Reed and delivered a shocking assault. Cameras captured every brutal second as Reigns smashed Bronson Reed into the equipment crates that were stacked along the backstage hallway. The sound of metal crashing echoed through the area as Reed crumbled under the sudden attack. Before Reed could even gather himself, Roman unloaded with heavy, punishing strikes. He pounded away with that unrelenting aggression that fans have seen time and time again when Roman feels like making a statement. There was no hesitation, no warning, just a calculated, vicious ambush meant to send a very loud message. Officials quickly rushed into the scene, trying desperately to separate the two men before things spiraled even further out of control. Referees, producers, and even some security staff swarmed the area to hold Roman back. Bronson Reed, stunned and barely able to defend himself after the unexpected barrage, was dragged away while Roman fought against the officials trying to restrain him. But even with so many people trying to restore order, Reigns' point had already been made. His eyes, locked in with intensity, said everything that needed to be said. Roman Reigns was back, and he wasn't wasting time easing into things. He was here to shake up the entire Raw roster, to make sure that every single superstar understood that the hierarchy was about to change again, and that the Tribal Chief wasn't just returning, he was reclaiming his spot at the very top of the mountain. The question that everyone is asking right now is simple. Why Bronson Reed? Was this personal, or was Reed simply the unfortunate target chosen by Roman to serve as an example to the rest of the locker room? On one hand, there's no obvious feud history between Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. They haven't clashed before in a major way, and their paths haven't really crossed significantly on television. But maybe that's the whole point. Roman Reigns might have deliberately targeted someone who had been gaining attention, someone who fans and management were starting to rally behind, just to shut down that momentum instantly. By attacking Bronson Reed in such a dominant fashion, Roman didn't just hurt one man. He sent a ripple effect of intimidation through the entire locker room. If someone as big and strong as Bronson Reed can be dismantled in seconds, what chance does anyone else have when Roman Reigns decides to unleash his fury? On the other hand, there's the possibility that there's something deeper brewing here. Perhaps Roman sees Bronson Reed as a threat, or perhaps WWE wants to position Reed as an underdog who could one day challenge the tribal chief. Attacking him now creates a seed of conflict that could blossom into a much bigger storyline. One thing is for certain, whether this was personal or strategic, Roman Reigns made Bronson Reed the centerpiece of his shocking return, and that choice has left the WWE Universe buzzing with speculation. As for the reaction backstage, reports are already indicating that other superstars were absolutely stunned by what they witnessed. Many of them had no idea Roman was even going to be there, let alone that he was going to start swinging on someone. When a man like Roman Reigns returns after time away, it always creates an air of unpredictability. But to see him physically dismantle a rising star immediately upon re-entry sent shockwaves throughout the roster. Some wrestlers looked legitimately concerned, others kept their distance, and some seemed to realize right away that the entire landscape of Raw had just changed in a single moment. It's the kind of return that doesn't just shake up a show, it reshapes the entire conversation surrounding WWE moving forward. Fans in the arena, watching on the big screen, erupted into a mix of cheers and boos. That's the thing about Roman Reigns, he commands reactions. Whether you love him or hate him, you cannot ignore him. His return last night proved that point once again. The crowd's energy fed into the chaos, and social media instantly lit up. Within minutes, clips of the assault were trending, fans were debating whether this was the right move for Roman, and speculation about what this means for Bronson Reed's future was everywhere. Some fans are furious, believing Roman unfairly derailed Reed's push. Others are thrilled, seeing this as the Roman they've been waiting for, the ruthless, dominant force who doesn't ask for permission and doesn't wait for opportunities, but instead takes what he wants whenever he wants it. The broader implications of this return can't be ignored. Roman Reigns isn't just any superstar. He's the tribal chief, the man who dominated WWE for years, carried the Universal Championship through one of the most historic reigns in modern wrestling, and cemented himself as one of the all-time greats. For him to come back and immediately reassert dominance suggests that he has big plan.